Hey everybody. If you can hear me, then you're early. You're early to the stream, and just for being early, I'm going to do a very special early bird gets the worm song. We'll listen to this together. This is the Linkin Park paper cut Mario 64 cover. This is just to get us hyped up. So drink all your alcohol and everything that you need to do before. Cheers, everybody. Very excited. We didn't go to the party yet, guy. That hasn't happened. What am I drinking? This water. Yes, you should. I wish I had watermelon juice. My God, that sounds so good. Yep, Procreate is coming to desktop. I can't wait. We're almost at the official start time. Yeah, I want Tapache. That sounds good. There we go. All right. So, thanks everybody for coming. I'm going to be continuing drawing this guy up. So hang out. Hello. If you want to ask a question, tag at Dave Raposa in the chat. I'm going to be doing a mix of talking and then also doing a lot of drawing. And if I miss your question, it's because I'm focused on drawing this goblin on a spider. As you can see, it's very important to me. So that's what I'm going to be doing. All right. Thanks. I got my Lord of the Rings references. Obviously the best goblins and spiders in the biz. Hey, Maddie. If you would make the most ridiculous D&D character, what would it be? I don't know. I have to think about it. I think if you try and think like silly, then it's not going to be cool. It's not going to be ridiculous. It's just going to be unfunny. So let me think. Just like, I don't know, a big Doberman with a dong, like a huge dong, something like that. Something a warrior could go to town on. Just creative shit like that. Have I done any Warhammer art? Actually, like, no, which is kind of surprising to me, honestly. That's like probably one of the only IPs that I've never worked on, unless I have, and I'm forgetting. Because what I did work on is this like knockoff of War Machine, which was, not knockoff of Warhammer called War Machine. And I worked on those RPG books really early on in my career. So like that stuff is very similar. So I had like a bunch of my art in those books back in the day. In like 2007, I guess, or 6, I don't know. We did buy Black Myth Wukong. Played the beginning of it with the kids. They like it.
They like the monkey's voice.
Like, I don't know what that voice is. That voice stinks.
Well.
Like that. I don't know. I guess that's what he's supposed to be like, conniving and all that. But man, that voice is hilarious. I want to switch it to the Chinese, because that caught me off guard. I appreciate when he said that the gods were knuckleheads, though. That rang true with me. I feel like in order to do the Monkey King's voice, I'd have to hold my nose. Other than that, though, it's fun. It's a pretty easy game. I was kind of surprised by that, just because every game that has like looked like Black Myth has been a Souls-like, and Black Myth isn't that. So it kind of was like, oh, okay. I can just walk up and kill these guys. I was preparing for like way more. But then the bosses aren't like super easy. But they're, you know, a lot easier than like any sort of Souls stuff. Oh yeah, I heard about the Bloodborne PC. That it's like running now. Looks good, the emulation. It's exciting. What leg is this? What are you doing? Are you going forward or back? I don't know. Let's look at this for a second, because clearly I didn't sketch this exactly right. What are you doing over here, leg? Does this make sense? This bullshit. Maybe I want to have a crease there. Can I make that make sense? I don't want to have... The reason I'm doing this is because I don't want every leg on the other side, like on this side of the spider, to be turning away from the form. I want at least one to come forward a little bit. If it doesn't make sense, I can always change it, but... I'm also gonna have to break my little canvas here and expand the canvas out. I'll make some adjustments to it in Photoshop. I feel like somebody has a heater on my stomach right now. I don't know what's going on. I think I got a little warm baby in there or something like that. I saw on Instagram that Coterie Inc. can finish 2 pages per day. So far, I can finish 1 page every 2 to 3 or 4 days when it comes to making graphic novel. How do you get faster? Just by doing it. You just do it a lot. I can do, like when I was doing my Veil pages, I could do probably 2 to 3 of those a day. And when it comes to like Steve Lichman, I can do around like 5 a day at this point. And that's only because I've done it a lot. That's it, you know? There's no secret to it. It's just repetition. You get better at building out your comps and setting your pages up and executing them. You know, you're always kind of honing in on a faster way to do everything if that's your goal. Do you, have you always streamed on YouTube? No, I used to do Twitch, but yeah, YouTube. I got nervous about the Twitch stuff because for a little while, I don't know how their guidelines are now, but there was like such a strict policy on like what you can and can't say. And when I'm just like talking, I feel like I say all kinds of stuff. So I was like, I don't know. But that was a while ago, and that was like the reason I hopped off of there. Well, the reason I decided like not to really go back there. But I think it's better now because I've seen people who are on Twitch doing crazy shit. But that was like initially why I got off of there. What tablet am I using? Cintiq 32 Pro. I wouldn't suggest getting it, but that's the one I'm using. Dual stream and take over. I mean, I'm not really taking over anything. My streams aren't super popular. I don't really care about that though. I mean, I'm not doing it for that reason. I'm just doing it to hang out with you all. If other people come and they want to see it, that's cool. But I'm not interested in taking over anything. I leave that to the youth. I ain't trying to be no influencer person. I'm just sitting here drawing a goblin on a spider. I don't give a shit. The dead pixel issue? Yeah, pretty much. Can you have an art career without a robust social media presence? You can. You just have to, in those circumstances, you gotta actually be around people in real life. Or just be, well, kind of like a mixture of that. Like, you're around people in real life, and then also you bridge that over into like work relationships with clients online, you know, bridge that gap. But I know a lot of people who don't have crazy social media presence who are incredibly successful artists. I honestly think like unless you have people helping you, it's very difficult to be a great artist and be very like present online. There's a few people that do it, but I mean most of the artists that are like incredible, they don't also juggle social media perfectly and have like this well-known presence on there. Is this another throwback to the D&D monster manuals? It's not literally that. It's not like this is actually a character. It's just that dungeon crawler aesthetic is really all I'm doing. Unless there is a creature from those old manuals that's just Goblin on a spider, then I'm sure. How we feeling about Karen now that it's been a bit? I've been a little bit kind of lacking on social media in general, just because of how busy I've been. So personally, I haven't been using it, but I also haven't been really posting on a bunch of stuff. How does other people feel about it? Do you like Kara? Are you still using it? You get stuff out of it? What's up? When it comes to skill, social media industry, do you feel that's sort of a here's 3, pick 2 sort of deal? It can be. Depends on how you balance things. I think if you were to like actually schedule out, or just like let's just say your social media presence is suffering and you're like, ah, God, I need something on there. It's like you can also just be like, you know, when I have no more energy to work on stuff, that's when I'll do social media shit. That's when all my posts will go up, and I'll do that, and like schedule that time. Just be like, I do that, you know, end of the day, beginning of the day, whenever it's most valuable for you, and that's when you do it. And it's just like your clockwork type of thing. Because I don't think you need to be like constantly, sporadically posting on there and being involved and everything. I think what really kills it for me is that people get invested in like momentary drama and shit like that, and they take on like causes for our industry and all this like via social media. And while I don't like disagree that that stuff's effective, I do feel like for the most part, if you're not in a place where you're doing too hot, then you should be focusing on your skill and not your social media presence. Because yes, try and do both at the same time, but if you're so obsessed with it that like you're involved in all of these little things and like pockets of stuff going on, then I honestly feel like that's just a huge waste of time. Like you would do more for yourself and for your industry and for everybody in your life if you didn't focus on that and you just focused on your dreams and achieving them. Or even just like, you know, self-improvement, just trying to push yourself to be better. Because I mean, like, it feels real and it feels big in the moment, but I can tell you from experience, because I've been around for forever, it's like, it's a waste of time. And I think in everybody's heart of hearts, you know that just because something's sweet and delicious and you get to attack somebody or do whatever on the internet, it's just momentary, and there are better uses of your time than, you know, investing in negativity. So I think that if you focus on like your social media stuff is just you sharing your work, then I think you can make that work. I think that if you give in to the algorithm and let it pull you away, then you gotta not maybe do it so much. Yeah, you don't know how big your block list is. It's huge on Twitter. Yeah, because that's what I'm talking about. If like you interact with people so much that you're blocking that much, like that's a huge waste of your time. Like social media, like that thing isn't, it's so forgettable, and it's not really real. It's just a huge time suck. I think that anytime you find yourself fighting with anybody online, you should go, wait a second, and then look in the mirror and go, I'm the idiot. I'm a moron. Oh, and then stop. You should do that every time. Oh no, what happened? You can just use block nukes on posts you don't like. I mean, yeah. My problem with all that stuff is that, like, some of the people you're blocking are clearly, like, spam or bots or just idiots, whatever. But the more and more you block and curate and make it, like, your own special place where there's nobody who isn't just like you, or... I don't think that's good either, you know? Curating your world to be exactly what you want when you're on there. Sometimes it's nice to be like walking down the street and have a wild person bark at you like a dog, and you go, holy shit, right, people like that exist. I mean, but I don't know who goes on Twitter to see good stuff. I feel like my algorithm is just, it's just people almost dying. Occasionally there's some art, and then just people asking to see naked women. And that's like all of it. I'm saying to touch grass. I'm just saying to do something for yourself and be productive. Those things are a huge waste of time. It's like just sitting down and loading up on junk food every day, going on those. It's all the worst human impulses. I'll probably leave that under drawing there and just kind of blur it a little bit so I can keep the values but lose some of the hard edges. Okay, so we're at that time again where I need to mute my screen so I don't accidentally open anything up. I'm still here. Hello. Let me save this, and then I'm going to bring it over into Photoshop. Yeah, Pinterest is so brutal with the AI stuff. I mean, everything's brutal with the AI stuff. I looked up like, I think I looked up like pig for like anatomy reference of a pig on Google, and like almost like so many of the posts were just AI. I was like, okay, cool. Like, what the fuck is this? Like, can I have a real picture of a pig? Like, why is this so difficult? Yeah, it's driving me nuts. Alright, so let's get this all sorted. What else am I doing? Did I not sketch rocks underneath this guy? Was that the rocks? Maybe it made more sense when I was in the middle of doing it, because that doesn't make any sense to me anymore. Oh no. Okay, I guess I wasn't ready. I need to do one more part. Okay, let's finish that leg. I'll just work him up, and then I'll do the rocks underneath after that, I think. All right. So let us select everything around this character so we can do our little fill layer. cleaning up my selection a little bit. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay. Now let us do like a blur of this. How's that look? Look okay? It's a little too much. That's good. Alright, let's just take a little soft round brush and let's start painting around. Add our lighting in a little bit more. Yeah, Riley, your last video was really good. I don't know how that one did compared to your Magician's Brick, but know this. When Dan and I were doing Steve Lichman, we did like our first issue, and no matter where we put our first issue, it would blow up. Everything after that was like just, you know, people sticking around to read the rest. So you're lucky to have like one hit like that, and then you hope that the rest kind of snowball and keep growing. But definitely don't feel like you need to, like, I wouldn't chase that high again of having that success. I just chase whatever you think is funny and don't even worry about it. Because you're lucky to get like a good hook that like brings people in for that initial read. Like barely anybody can do that. It's very difficult to do. Yeah, pretty much what Kim just said is what I'm saying. Chasing initial success is never the thing that you want to do. You want to go with your gut after that and just keep doing the new thing, you know? AI filling up Google search reminds me of your I couldn't find a picture of a horse story. It's getting real. Absolutely. It's going to be a valid concern for people in the near future. I really couldn't find a picture of a horse. It's not one that worked. Yeah, exactly, Riley. It's like, don't feel constrained to your theme that you set up. Like, you wouldn't want to do a thing like I'll just tell you, like, one of the big lessons we learned from doing Steve was that you can feel like, oh, I hit gold with this one character. That worked. That one worked. And like the insecure part of your mind is like, now this whole story is about that one character. I hit this one vein of gold and that worked, and now everything has to be about them. But it definitely doesn't, you know. It's like, if you want to introduce other characters for premises that you feel like are going to be funnier, then do that. Because as soon as we like expanded and we were like, let's just do all these other characters and things and keep playing with ideas, then that made it so like we felt more free to do whatever. I'm just assuming that you probably think the same way that I was thinking. However true that is, I don't know. But I think a lot of people feel that way, you know, when they make stuff. I'm just gonna set a mid-tone background there, and then do, actually I don't need to do that. Let's just do a gradient map here. I'm not sure exactly what palette I want to go for. Thanks, Riley. How do you decide to dedicate to a high detail part? I tend to stray away from high detail because in the end I might not like it. Just the focal points. That's really it. It's nothing too crazy in terms of like what I'm trying to do. I'm not like doing anything special. It's just I know that you're gonna look at the faces of the characters, the hands, and then the immediate area around the face. And then if there's areas of high contrast, that'll be where you also will look. So any place that I feel that is going to happen, then those are areas I will detail, because I know that the eye is going to be drawn there by most people. Oh, I was wondering what was going on. I was like, why is this edit not working at all? Because it was underneath my gradient map. I should just restart. I was just editing that whole thing. I was like, what? None of these are working? Okay, let's do this again. I put that mid-tone background color there so that I could see more clearly what I was doing in terms of my value adjusting here. Rad idea. How does this come to mind? I just think of the most simple stuff, you know? That's really it. I'm not trying to do anything new here. Just trying to make a goblin. Wonder if I should do more rendering in black and white before I do more. Let's see. We'll see if it's cool or not, and then I'll stop if it stinks. I just like to break up textures sometimes. Yeah, that looks good. Hello. Thank you. I appreciate it. Are a bunch of people getting here from somewhere? Is there anything that I learned from when I dabbled in animation? Yeah, a lot of stuff about like pacing and weight and frames and all that sort of thing, like how to make the movement come across naturally. Because I think like for me, it was a lot easier to do like the kind of almost like rotoscope look where you draw like every single in between of the movement, but then it ends up looking like it's going in slow motion. And I learned a lot about like the quicker movements and like how to make that come across and read, and yeah, a decent amount of that sort of thing. But in terms of what it did for me for the rest of my work, it's hard to tell, but everything that you do, if you try and learn something new, it's going to apply somewhere else. So whether it's like patience or just understanding how like fluid motion works, like that, you know, you're going to use that elsewhere. Mask in the Dark Ages would be lit. You mean like Jim Carrey's The Mask? Is this for a client or just practice? Neither. It's me doing it for my own little dungeon portfolio book thing. I don't know what it is. I'm just doing a series of monsters and they're all gonna be a part of a thing. I don't know what though. I just miss those old books from the 80s and 70s where they just did a collection of monsters for art. So yeah, that's what we're doing. At least that's what this is. So the merman's gonna go into that I did on stream, and same with that undead knight. The whole group. Yeah, that helps, rendering that stuff. Okay, so it looks like I am going to do some render pass over this. Yeah, I think the next thing I need to do is just a full paint pass like this. So everything that's on top of this is all like adjustment and color layers and that sort of thing. It needs that, and then it'll start to come together a lot better. But I like the way that the volumes are reading on the forms and all. How am I switching between brush types while drawing so smoothly? Well, the brush that I was drawing with is in Krita, and when I'm in Krita, it's pretty simple. It's just the one brush, that sketching chrome brush. I put the one with my adjustments on the Patreon if you want to check that out. But yeah, and I made a video for the whole process of what you're seeing right now. For the most part, like everything's covered. It's I think it's an hour long, or maybe longer than that, but it's real time, so it's not sped up or nothing. So that's up on Patreon if you're interested. It's $5 for the Patreon to get access to like years and years of content. I don't delete anything. or put anything behind any other paywalls. Anyway, yeah, I think that's gonna do it. Just because I'd have to enter like a whole other aspect of this where I'm painting everything up. But I'm probably gonna end it here and then finish this guy up. Hopefully next time we do the stream, I'll have a stream. I'll have a stream sooner than Thursday. I'll post up when I'm doing it. I have a kind of full weekend, so I'll see what I can do. Got some birthdays, family birthdays things we're doing Saturday and Sunday. Tomorrow night is Japan night. I don't know what it's called. Have you ever painted in Krita? Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I used a lot of that. They actually did a whole Venom cover in it. It's the one where, I mean, they're all very similar, but it's the like dead-on face, and then there's like red web and black background. I did that whole one in Krita. Anyway, I appreciate you all hanging out. Hope you're all well. Thanks as always for your support and for chilling. And I will post up on the Discord for all the patrons who are looking for when I'm going to be streaming again. And I'll pet the mini horses at the fancy person's birthday party that we're going to for you all. Okay. Later, everybody. Good.